Hello, guys. Welcome. I'm so excited for today's guest. Welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. So I'm super excited. We are going to be talking with the fabulous and talented R&B singer. We are talking to legendary Songstress, and we are going to be talking about her song, Summer Nights in Harlem, that is going to be coming out, which I'm so excited about. All right, let's welcome to the show, Miss Alyson Williams. Hello.
Hello, and happy holidays to you, Jacqueline.
I know, I'm so excited and so honored to have you here today with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. So how are you doing?
Well, considering everything that's going on in the world, I am blessed and highly favored and really just happy to be able to get up every day and muster up enough energy to walk around the house.
Yeah, it has been a really difficult, challenging time. And I think that's really a good point that you made. It's something that you should be proud about. Just, moving through each day and getting through.
Absolutely, because it's been everyone has been impacted by this COVID environment this time. So I mean, really, it's a punch in the gut.
Yeah,
and everyone felt it, and in so many ways, on so many levels. And so I'm happy to say that I've remained safe and well, and my family has remained well. I've lost a lot of people, but I've got a whole bunch more that are still here, and we're fighting the good fight. So.
yeah, I love that. Keep fighting the good fight. And it has been hard. I'm sorry for some of your losses and for some of the loved ones that are sick. I love that you are just keep pushing through. And you've been super busy during this period of COVID.
Who would have thunk it? In the middle of a pandemic, to be able to release new music, to be able to be to be able to continue to be a creative and create music and put something out there that's going to help to heal. You know what I mean? And help to give us some time, a little break where we can just sit back and exhale and say, okay, and live in that moment as opposed to the crisis, mode that we're clearly in. So
yeah.
The holidays look different, and we're trying to, make a normal situation out of something that's totally unnormal. So I brought my little Christmas hat today.
I love it. I love the Christmas cheer. I love it so much. You look so beautiful, and you never age. You look just so gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope every day I wake up, I look in the mirror, I go, okay, still the face is still up here. It hasn't fallen down to there.
And I love, that you're aging so gracefully, so beautifully. And I feel like a lot has to do with attitude. And you have such a beautiful attitude. You have such a positive outlook on life. And you are really shining light and really inspiring others and trying to bring some cheer towards, everyone.
That's what it's about. It's about trying to live the best life you can live. And hopefully you impact someone else as well.
Yes, I love that so much. Yeah, so you've been super blessed and you've been busy working during this whole period of time and been inspired. What things have you been up to?
Well, work is relative when you say the phrase or the word work. It hasn't been a whole lot of income bearing work, but it's been preparatory work. And when I say preparatory, we are going to come out of this pandemic, and we're going to have to be ready to move into the next level of new normalcy. So I want to be at the front of the pack as opposed to in the middle of the back. Yeah. If that means continuing to go into the studio, continuing to try to put music out and at least get a buzz going so people can be aware of what's coming. That's what I've been working on. I have been blessed over the summer. Everyone's work was canceled. I had tours and everything else canceled. A couple of gigs did come back. Shout out to the Queens Public Library in New York, also to Jazzmobile and the Jazzmobile organization, and of course to Valerie Simpson and my Sugar Bar family, Ashford and Simpson Sugar Bar. We have still putting up our Thursday night open mic platform on a virtual setting. And because I am one of the hosts that is rotated, that is a paid engagement, and so I'm lucky that we're able to have that at least once a month. So if you think about for me, lockdown started in January. I had an injury to my quadricep, and I was laid up from January 3rd, by the time I was able to at least go to physical therapy, they shut the whole country down. So I've been on lockdown coming up on a year.
Wow.
But I mean, whether it's 9 months or a year, it's still what it is. To think that you only had 3 gigs for an entire year, you can imagine what that's like. And then to watch other people, that do what we do, the other creators, the singers, the dancers, the musicians, the disc jockeys, the comedians, the rappers, the everybody, everyone who has anything to do with, if you're a playwright, if you're a producer, if you're a wardrobe person, or a carpenter, or any of you're the person who prints the programs or gives out the tickets, or usher, anybody who has to do, our chefs and cooks, our bartenders, our waitresses, people who work in nightclubs to serve you while you're coming in to see live entertainment. Because we're out of work, everybody. The industry itself is suffering. So it's hard. It's hard to put into words what it does to your heart.
Yeah.
But the good news is hope has not been canceled.
Yeah. I love that. I love that so much. Yeah. Hope is such a beautiful thing. And it is really heartbreaking to see the industry, and the arts are so important. Entertainment is so important.
Essential. They're absolutely essential, because without the arts, music, and all the things that go along with it, we have no way to express ourselves, or we don't have a way to have a release. We don't have a moment away from our daily grind and the things that may or may not be acting as a weight upon us. Music is the thing that lifts you up, and gives you that release. And without it, it's a sad day in Mudville, I promise.
It is. It's really difficult, and it is really challenging. And like you said, we have a new norm, and it is smart to think ahead and to think that we are going to make an impact if you stay ahead of the game and you keep practicing your niche and keep working on inspiring and making a change.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And shout out to all the people that are really just, staying strong and making it through, and really just, being supportive of one another.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a struggle, especially for the new artists that are coming up. It's always a struggle to pay your bills and do those other things. It's not just about hitting the stage with your glitziest glamour, a garb on and what have you. We have the reality of living. And keeping food on the table, and feeding your family in certain cases, and keeping a roof on your head, and all of that has been an incredible challenge for so many.
Yeah, that's so true. It's really scary. You don't know when your next paycheck is going to come, and you don't know when your next entertainment, event is going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding ways to keep yourself centered and to keep yourself grounded during this period of time?
Well, there's a lot of self-reflection and meditation, a lot of prayer, and trying to just, when you have an opportunity to laugh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how I'm keeping it going. And like I said, looking forward, keeping a mindset of this is how to taper off. It's not going to be right away. It's going to be a slow tapering off and going into that new normal. But you have to look forward. You have to, just like anything else before the pandemic, you have to picture yourself.
Yes.
You have to vision yourself. You have to picture yourself where you want to be and what you want to be doing. And you make all the moves that you can to get yourself close to that.
Yes. I love that. Manifest it and make your dreams happen.
That's what's been making it work for me.
Nice.
Yeah. And like I said, working in the new normal for me is also, technology. Yeah. Technology. I'm sure people who work in the corporate sector and in business and offices, they've known what Zoom is all along. Yeah. But this is new to us in the entertainment field, or at least to me. And so making the best out of that. If I got to be in a box, then that's when I'm going to make the best box I got.
I love it. Yes, that's so true.
Thing that I can bring to you. I won't let a lack of the ability to go to a venue or be in a venue with a high quality of production and lights and sound. I'm not going to let that, I won't let it take away from me trying to bring quality and excellence to whatever I do.
Yes, I love that so much. You're such a huge inspiration. And the fact that you were just pushing through, persevering, and just making it the most beautiful box.
Well, what I found is, I sat back and I said, with all of the death and our whole nation is in a quagmire. Everything, the world is really being pushed to the edge. In terms of how we can, make it happen and keep ourselves living a life. And when I sit back and I look, I have so many things to celebrate. I'm celebrating my 5th year in broadcast with my radio show. The radio show is on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. And my show is called Love Notes with Alyson Williams in the Chill Zone. And we come on Tuesdays from 8 to 10. And just to be able to celebrate 5 years I've been doing it. And even in the pandemic, the wonderful people at the station have figured a way for us, the on-air personalities, to still bring our shows to our listeners. So that's great. I'm celebrating 30 years in of Just Call My Name, my R&B hit. We released that 30 years ago. I was just inducted into the Soul Music Hall of Fame. I have two new boards that I sit on. Hashtag We, which is Women's Empowerment, which is a multifaceted organization that is about women empowerment and how we are at the forefront of so many things. So it's not just women, but it's all the things that include women and how we can empower everyone as women. Also, I Love My Artist Foundation, which is an organization put together for artists, by artists, to help create a sustainable platform for when things like this happen.
Yeah.
Whatever the rainy day is, whether it's a shower or a storm, we know how to find the resources that are necessary to be able to do what we do. And this taught us this lesson. So, we were able to put I Love My Artist Foundation together. And so it's really, and then to be able to put out new music in the genre that I was born into. I come from a jazz background. I was signed to a rap label and given an R&B contract. And my whole career has been that kind of swirling. I call myself the Forrest Gump of music, because I've just always end up somewhere where I never expect to be, but benefiting, and moving forward. So to be able to get back to my jazz root with the new music is really, it's just something I would have never thought that I could accomplish in the middle of this. We were working towards all of these things. We were on the wheel. We were just running. We were in the studio, we're writing a song, we're doing this. But when everything else around you shuts down, for you to be able to continue to move forward and to eke it out, it's so, you just have to look back and go, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it seems like it was just meant to be. There's some force that's driving you. And it's like you're a vessel meant to create this stuff and to inspire and to help others, for sure.
Well, there's nothing, I don't believe in happenstance or circumstance or, coincidence. I believe that everything is in God's ordered steps.
Yes.
That's my faith keeps me knowing that there's a timing is everything, and this is a season for it. Who knew that the season would be in the middle of a storm? But that's what it is.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
There's
always something shiny during a storm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. And I love that you're going back to your dad's roots and back to your original, roots.
Yeah. It's really important because I think that although I am a lover of all genres of music, and R&B music has given me a career, jazz is our original music created here in this United States, and has given birth to all the other music that we celebrate.
Yes.
So for me to come from that root, I knew that whatever days are mine on this earth, that I would have to come back and do the music that inspired me originally. This was my original inspiration.
Wow. So, how do you get inspired to create new stuff? How do you keep so current and so creative?
I keep getting up every day and saying to myself, if you waste this opportunity, you got nobody to blame but yourself. So hit it. It's not easy every day. It's not. It's not. And especially with what we're all dealing with, between the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter and just looking at what our government is right now and how we all relate or don't relate to one another right now. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to live through. And but that's what we got to do. We got to live. We got to live.
Yeah. I love that. You inspired me.
I'm so glad. I hope that your listeners will be inspired too. A friend of mine was saying the other day, Alyson, I played the new music and I really loved it because when I listened to it, it made me feel like, and then they were trying to think of what to say, what adjective to use. And I said, you don't have to finish the sentence. The sentence ended for me at, you made me feel.
Yes.
You've got to make people feel. If the music made you feel,
yes.
Everything else is just a why and a how.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it made you feel.
Yeah.
And that's important. I just want to, people are out and they say, oh, they're an influencer or they're a tastemaker or whatever. I just want to be a person that makes you feel.
Yeah. I love it. And I'm going to start saying that to myself every day is I'm not going to waste this opportunity. I'm not going to waste this day. I'm going to make the most out of it. Because I've been struggling myself finding ways I dance. And I haven't been dancing as much as I used to, and I'm missing it. But I'm trying.
What is your realm of dance? What type of dance do you do? What's your?
So I do modern, jazz, ballet, lyrical.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, you're a dancer.
Yes.
That was my first. I guess you'll call it vocation. I came into it with dance and have studied many years.
Oh, wow. So exciting. I love it. Yeah. So I'm going to dance later tonight and think of you.
Pot of Beret, darling. Pot of Beret.
Yes, I love it. So you were talking about your foundation. Can you tell us a little bit more about your foundation?
Well, the foundation that I sit on the board is I Love My Artists Foundation. Okay. And like I said, it was created by artists for artists so that we can, like I said, create a sustainable platform for artists. A lot of times we as musicians and gypsies, we're good at being artists, but we might not always be good at adulting, we might not have good legal representation. We might not have good health care. We might not have good finance awareness, financial, stability. We might not know how to do those things, or we don't do them as well. We don't keep up as well with those things. So this is a platform where artists can come and know that if they need, there's someone who can help them. We have people from all walks of life that are willing to give information, willing we have master classes and seminars. So if you go to ilovemyartistfoundation.org, you can see all the things that we're doing. We actually, through most of the pandemic, were able to create a platform for live performance. Once people were able to come out and be in a socially safe distance environment, we had a venue that had an outdoor patio situation, and we were able to have concerts every Friday in Brooklyn and bring people out, and the artists were able to create music with other musicians, not just in the box, but literally look to your left and right and somebody's playing an instrument. We were able to do that. So we've shut down now to get through the end of the year, and we'll start back up at the top of the new year. And constantly looking for sponsorship and things, because what we're doing, we know is essential. Like I said, it's essential.
It is. It's huge. And I love that you said you can be next to a musician that it's, surrounded by that community and surrounded by that support.
We take for granted that going to the gig, whatever the gig was, whether it was in a major stadium or whether it was in a nightclub, we came to a quick realization what it was like to actually be able to communicate. And then with the audience, what it's like for you to be able to stand in front of a mic and have people watch you do what you do.
Yeah.
And then the audience has now figured out, wow, I used to take it for granted that I could just pop into any club on a weekend or any weeknight. I could head uptown to Harlem or down to the Village and pop in and see somebody.
Yeah.
But now I can't.
Yeah.
Now I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not available to me.
Yeah. Wow.
So everybody's in that. Everybody's getting the lesson, and hopefully when we come back and Broadway comes back and nightclubs come back and theaters and venues come back, people will, on both sides, really embrace the art.
Yes, I hope so. That's a huge dream, is for everyone to understand how important the arts are.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. And your podcast you have that you were talking about on the radio.
Well, the radio show. It's not a podcast, it's a radio show. And I'm glad that I'm able to, I had to take a little time off, but I'm coming back now. But the show still ran virtually. And we do a pre-recording. I'm bringing my guests back in. I've had some great guests in the past, and I'm hoping to have even more great guests because everybody's available. Yeah. Everybody's home. No one has told me, no, I'm busy. I can't do it. I'm on the road. No, you're not. You're home. So everyone's looking for a way to keep their voice relative and keep themselves out there. So they're happy to do the interviews, and people have been themselves learning something new, writing more music, learning to cook, learning a language, figuring out a new instrument. People are doing things, so they're making the most of this time that we've had.
Yes, that's so true.
Listeners are still coming through. So all my listeners at WHCR, thank you so much for keeping up with me and supporting the show.
Yes, there's so much love for you. Who are some of the guests that you've had on your show?
Well, I like to say I've had everybody from rap to box. So I've had rappers, I've had jazz people, I've had, of course, the musicians that have worked on my latest project, Christian McBride, Ulysses Owens. I've had Ray Chu, Shaka Khan, Valerie Simpson, rest in peace, Nancy Wilson, Robert Watt, who was my cousin. I have to, through nepotism, he was the first chair of French hornist for the Los Angeles Philharmonic. So I've, had classical music as well, and everything from choreographers to fitness and health and wellness people, community activists, educators, politicians, athletes. So the show itself is musically based, but it also reaches into the community and beyond.
Yeah, that's so exciting. It sounds like
entertainment, but you get knowledge and get to, to support and know what's out there,
Yeah, definitely. The knowledge and the support is so huge. So you've been working on music too, and you have some songs that came out. Can you tell us about those?
Well, I have new music, like I said, that takes me back to my jazz roots, collaborating with a writer named Maurice Lynch. We put together an all-star ensemble of musicians and have come out with a single called Summer Nights in Harlem, which is the name of the project when we finish it for next year. And also a ballad called The Romance of You, which we hope will be able to slide right behind Summer Nights in Harlem. And it's just a great song about Harlem and just what Harlem means. And it's a song that kind of makes you think and have a memory, whatever your memory of Harlem. Or maybe if you've never been and you've always heard about it and you want to go, it allows you to just envision, the beauty and the history and the legacy of it. And The Romance of You is just a beautiful love song that simply says, I don't need anything else in the world. I just need the romance of you. And one other song that becomes relevant every year is a Christmas song that I wrote back in 2016. We released it. It's called Happy Holiday. And wrote that along with Mr. Herb Middleton. And so we've got that on all the platforms. If you go and look for it for your holiday playlist, you want to have Happy Holidays. And those other songs are perfect for the holidays as well. And I hope that people will go to all the platforms where they consume music and download it, stream it, and add me to your playlist. That's how we make it happen.
Yes, I will definitely add you to my playlist.
You got the stuff out there for you. Don't think you got to sit home and don't have good music. We got you.
I'm so excited.
All of the wonderful people that worked on the CD or on the singles, Christian McBride, Christian Sands, Ulysses Owens, Ron Blake, Kirk Whalum, Ray Chu, Dawn Tallman, Ty Stevens, Greg Sneed, and of course all the people behind the scenes. Thank you for making it possible. But I could not have asked for a better lineup of musicians to play this beautiful music, and I just want you all to have it. I want to share it with you. You'll be so happy. You'll be happy.
Yes, I'm so excited. And you have such amazing people around you and such a great support system too.
Yeah.
There's so much
I
love
can't
for
do
you.
it. You cannot do it by yourself. And I've been doing it for a long time. So, you kind of, your extended family becomes connected to you. And when you find yourself in a place where you can move forward and make moves and try to, I can't say it any other way, but to move forward and to make progress, it's so good to know that you have these people and they are professional and they are proficient and they know their job. So they know how to help you the best way that, that they can. And they give their all. They give their all. So
I love it so much. Is there anyone else that you'd want to collaborate with?
I've been jonesing to do some singing with Gregory Porter.
Uh-huh.
I would like to work with the people in the organization called Snarky Puppy. I love the Hamiltones. I would love an opportunity to sing one of those good duets from the Great American Songbook with Mr. Tony Bennett. Let's see, who else? Whoever. There's so many people I've worked with. I can't say that I wouldn't want to go back and work with everybody on some level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's vast. You know what I'm saying? Good gravy. If I start naming, I know I'll miss someone. But there's so many. There really are so many.
Yes. You have
they just there's a child, please.
There's so many. Yes, you've been so fortunate to work with so much talent. Is there a special shout out you wanted to do to anyone?
To my team, obviously, Mr. Angelo Ellaby from Double Exposure, who set this up. He and Kevin Goins have been keeping me going with all of the wonderful podcast people like yourself and people with radio shows and magazines and publications that have grasped onto the music and really, really embraced it and gave me some beautiful, shining reviews. I thank you. To Sandra DaCosta and Bull Lion Entertainment, her and Andre DaCosta. They are on my management team along with Virgil Thompson. And like I said, I'm just so blessed to be surrounded with great people. Gail Monk at Rhythm of Things, and so many.
Everyone.
Village to raise a child, and they are raising me up.
I love it so much. It has been such a pleasure. Did you want to sing something?
Well, when you asked, I wasn't prepared to sing, but I actually am always prepared to sing because my gift is right here in my throat. I just didn't have any technology set up. I didn't have a track or anything. So how about we just do something that's Christmassy?
Okay.
We'll go with a classic. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the seasons bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa is on his way. He's bringing lots and toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you, and you.
So much love. pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. Love you.
Love you too. And I'm so glad to be here in the middle of your elegance, having a conversation. Thank you for having me, Jacqueline.
Yes, of course. Was there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
Be strong. Continue to do what we need to do. I know we've got a vaccine that's here and so on and so forth, but we got to continue to wear masks, wash our hands, sanitize, socially distance, and do those protocols, because that's how we're going to get to the end of this road. Try to keep your hope alive. Love your family, even if it's from afar. Love yourself. Continue to love whoever it is that you pray to. Continue to pray. I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Kwanzaa, a Happy New Year, a New Year filled with abundance of love and peace. Love and light, peace and blessings, miracles and music, and above all, joy.
Yes, I love it.
Don't forget to dance.
Yes, I will dance tonight. I will dance tonight.
Yes,
yes. One more thing. What is it that you want to be remembered for?
Quality and excellence are my platform. But at the end of the day, people will say many things. Oh, she always dressed so nice, and her hair was always laid, and her makeup, her face was beaten. She could really sing, and I just want them to say I was nice. I want people to say, Alyson was nice. She was a good person. She was nice. Nice.
No.
It just means so much to be nice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything.
Yes.
Just be kind. Be good. Be good to yourself and be good to others. Whenever you get a chance to do good, and then do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it so much. And you're such a huge inspiration. You have such a beautiful spirit. You have such a kind spirit. You're so generous. And you are already sharing so much light. Thank you for illuminating the world with your presence.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It has been such a pleasure. So much love.
Can't wait till we talk again, okay?
Yes, let's do it. We'll have another date. Yes. Feliz Navidad. Bye, love. Thank you guys, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for watching Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez, illuminating the world one voice at a time.